we just rolled into our next ICF project. This one's going to be a little different than the other ones you've seen on the channel so far, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for that. But first things first, we got to get the basement dug, so let's hit the ground and get this project started.
Alright guys, this is what she looks like from ground level. This is our next big ICF project, and this one's going to be pretty exciting because we got a basement, we got a crawl space, we got a garage foundation. Wait for it, we are going up 2 levels. This is going to be the first concrete house I've been able to get on the channel to where we're actually going to build the way I would like to build a house, which is ICF from the footer all the way to the rafters. So there's going to be a lot of cool new techniques, a lot of cool new tricks I haven't got a chance to teach you guys yet. Pretty simple layout. Basically we got a 30 by 50 basement, we got a 30 by 50 crawl space, and then we got a garage foundation over here. But it's going to work out pretty good. But before we put the basement in, we got to dig a hole. So that's what we're going to tackle today, is hole digging. I got Mr. Millennial over there. He's over yakking on the phone as he always does. D4G, we got the old Volvo right here. Same old setup we always got, as in we got the actual wall of the basement painted out. We'll come back in here. We like to over dig between 2 foot and 18 inches. Get that knocked out. Most of the dirt is going that way. I'll probably toss this up here, let Matt take it off and head over the hill there. So let's start throwing some dirt. All right guys, it's been a while since I've done this. The first thing we got to do is figure out the elevation of the hole. We don't have fancy GPSs or engineered plans. They got me. So this is going to be ICF all the way up, and this particular customer wants the floor of the house as low as they can to the ground, so within reason. So basically sometimes you end up skewing this number here in the basement to make your upstairs number work out right. You can kind of adjust the height of this floor system in here a little bit. But the way they're wanting to do this, they're going to have a set elevation of this floor. So what we're going to end up having to do is adjust this top course with a ripper up here. So basically after 5 or 6, maybe even a 7th gray hair, an ink pen and a half, me and Matt about wrestling in the mud over this. I think we've decided,
a lot of scribbles on there.
A lot of scribbles. Long story short, all you guys care about is we're going to dig this hole 10 foot 6 deep.
Let's tell them the real long story short.
What's that?
The grade rod was originally set at a total of 11
This is where I got control of the camera. We don't have to listen to him. So I think we're ready to start digging a hole. All right guys, it's time to finally start moving some dirt. We're going to start here. All the dirt needs to go this way. So we're going to start out here, the farthest point away from where the dirt needs to go. We actually dug a test hole over there just to kind of make sure we could get depth without hitting rock. That seemed to work out pretty well. So I'm going to start holding some dirt out here, throwing it this way. Matt's over there on the dozer, and let him do what he can to keep dirt away from me. He may end up having a little bit of trouble keeping up. We're going to have a pretty long push before this is all over with. The sun's actually shining out there. It's not a horrible day. We're up on top of the hill here, and there is just a little bit of a breeze that will cut right through you, let me tell you. So kind of glad I'm in the Volvo with the cab, and Matt's out there on the open cab dozer. Is that bad? I hope that's not bad. But the most amazing part is Captain Kleeman serviced the Volvo and cleaned it out, and it smells amazing in here. So that's exciting. But anyways, let me get in there, hole dug down here. We'll get to rolling on this, and then I'll holler back at you guys.
Alright guys, I thought this drone shot did a really good job of kind of showing you the thought process of how we're going about digging the basement. As you can see here and here, We got the 2 perimeters of the basement dug, and then where I'm digging at now is actually going to be the walkout. And all the dirt has to go over towards the hill where Matt's at with the dozer now. So I'm able to take that dirt, kind of throw it up there out of the way, then he's able to get a trench or a slot push up, and as efficiently as possible move it with that small dozer over the hill there. Now after we get the majority of this center hogged out, as you guys will see here later in the video, we'll come back, remeasure off, a resurvey off that line that makes up basically the 3rd wall of the basement to complete off that rectangle or square or whatever. But you guys hear me talking about, you know, kind of getting a job set up and knowing where to start, knowing the most efficient way to move the dirt from point A to point B. And this aerial view here kind of shows you a pretty good idea how to do that. If I was to start over on the other side, I would have had to push this dirt all the way around the basement. So usually, rule of thumb, you start off at the farthest point the dirt has to go, and then work your way back to the shortest point. That way you can you're not working over top of your work or going back where you've already been. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Just happened to be a pretty good scenario to kind of illustrate that from the air here.
We're making progress on this one, but it is a deep basement. But I think it's time to give old Matt. It's time for dozer lessons with Dirt Perfect.
Well, I tell you what, if you'd be on your phone a little bit more, I might be able to keep up. Jesus.
All right, come down here.
Oh, hold on. I've tried to take this hump out, and you keep pushing it back in on me.
So we got a couple things going on here.
Yeah.
One, I'm digging the basement with the excavator, so you don't need to dig. We got a hole right here.
I see what you're talking about.
Whenever you get the hole, then you get a hump right after the hole. It's inevitable.
Yep.
So that's why you think your blade's raising. That's because you're going over your hump.
Okay.
So you need to start all the way back over here and get yourself planed back off.
All right.
Next thing is, dozers don't push in crooked lines.
Yeah, I know.
I don't see a straight line one out.
There used to be.
So what you gotta do is, if you want to end up over at that cedar tree, if you take off going to that cedar tree, you probably need to be pointing over here somewhere so it can kind of hook you around for you.
Okay.
You got it?
Yep.
All right, now, last thing is, see how you got it banked this way?
Yeah.
You got it banked this way and dig in with this corner of the blade, and that'll help steer you versus steering with the tracks.
Gotcha. Because if it's cutting, it's pulling.
Right.
Understood.
It's that simple.
Oh yeah, it's just that simple.
I promise, it's just that simple.
You went into hyperdrive with that daggone excavator.
No, just...
Yeah, I was on the phone for too long. That was the first mistake.
Just dig and swing, buddy, dig and swing. Well, guys, it's getting late. The sun's going down, and Matt and I have other commitments, so we're gonna have to roll out of here today. We did not get as far as I'd hoped to get. Took a little longer to lay off the basement than we wanted to. May have socialized with the homeowner a little bit, but we got good progress. We kind of got everything cleaned up, kind of got a blank slate, and we will be back tomorrow. And hopefully we'll make a big hole in the ground. We got a good start. Well, guys, we are back for day 2. We actually dodged a little bit of rain last night, which is nice. A little bit cold this morning. I had to train Matt out for man behind the scenes. Sorry, I'm not for sure if your heat's going to be working there on that dozer today.
Hey, it does have a heater on it. Does it work?
If you're really good at make-believe, it might.
Well, don't ruin that moment. I'm going to enjoy it while I can.
But anyways, we have got a lot of dirt to move today. I think I'm going to set you guys down here on the time lapse for a little bit, and we're just going to dig in and go for it. Well, guys, we've been at it for about 4 hours, and we're making some progress. Got a few things working against us here a little bit. One is this dirt is extremely hard. We're getting through it. It's not an issue. It just kind of slows you down a little bit. The other is the distance we have to go with the spoils, but we kind of got a plan on that, and Aaron's getting a little handier on the dozer and picking up speed there. But I'd say best case scenario, we got about a quarter of it dug, so it's kind of hard to judge here a little bit, but this is mostly all the walkout. That's actually the basement part there, but I think we're gonna grab some lunch and come back and keep it going. All right, don't know if you guys can see out there, we've been back from lunch for about an hour. We are still making some pretty good progress, but this is the debate I've been having in my head to get you guys involved with it. So Aaron's on the D4G over there, and I got a feeling if Jerry was here, Aaron's doing good. I'm not gonna take anything away from Aaron, but I got a feeling if Jerry was here, he could keep up. It'd be a struggle to keep up. Aaron, he can't quite keep up with me slinging dirt. So the next option is we can haul in the 850 and have a lot more horses pushing dirt. The problem with that is we're in a different state than my home state. And moving that thing over here is not the cheapest thing to do. I have to buy special permits and a little bit of an expense to move in here. And then I think we're going to have the opposite problem. I don't think it matters who's driving the dozer. The excavator couldn't keep up with the dozer, so we just kind of switched positions at that point. The other part is we could bring the dump truck in here and possibly load this in the dump truck and take it over there. We're probably pushing this about 50, maybe 60 yards. Problem with that is it's not quite far enough to really get a good runway set up, and then you still got to have a dozer over there to push off, because even after you dump, you got to push it over the hill. So I've kind of come to the conclusion that what we're doing is probably the best way to go about digging this basement. I think the ideal scenario would maybe have the skid steer here assisting the little dozer, but I gotta wait on Aaron a little bit, but it's not that bad. I pretty much stay moving. Usually if I gotta wait on him, I'll jump down and check grade or do something like that. There's always a little bit of stuff to do. I will give Aaron credit for one thing. It's been 6 hours, going on 7 hours here, and that dozer has not stopped moving since we got here. He's doing everything in his power to keep up. He is determined not to look how focused he is over there, not to let me win. But you guys can see we're getting a pretty good little hole there started. This hole, man, it's a deep one. It is a deep one. I'll explain more about that as we start going up at the house, but I think we got an hour or two here to run, so we're gonna keep on going and see where we end up at the end of the day. So what do you think? How do we do?
Good.
Do we need a bigger dozer? We could have used a bigger dozer. We'll get by. The question is, do we need a bigger dozer or a better operator?
You done good.
Better operator.
I agree with you. Better operator.
You can do it. You can operate better than that.
Oh man, behind the scenes, we don't cut him any slack. We give him all the help. Yeah, that's Aaron. So, well, this is where we ended up at the end of the day. It's not quite as far as I'd hope for it to be, but it's still some pretty good progress. We probably got it's hard to judge because the basement actually stops right there, so we probably only got about half of the basement dug, but in reality we got about 2/3 of the hole dug because we got the majority of this walk out. Unfortunately, they're calling for a little bit of snow tonight, so we'll see what that happens. We did get this daylighted out to where it at least drain here, but it is quite the impressive little hole. I shouldn't say little hole, it's a big hole. But we're getting there. We are chiseling away at her. Today is actually Friday. We're gonna see what the weather does over the weekend. We'll be back Monday and hopefully we'll wrap this one up, so stay tuned. All right guys, we were last here on Friday. This is a Wednesday of the following week. This is getting drug out a little farther than what I wanted to, but we had a couple days of rain in there, so we ended up working on the lowboy trailer, and then we had to go set trusses on the other house. Good news, we're back. In the meantime, they did get all the ICF delivery here. We have all of our ICF, all of our former drain, all of our rebar, so yeah, we didn't get this hole dug so we can get started. So pretty much gonna be same old here this morning. Got Aaron with me. He's gonna hop on the dozer, and yeah, back to digging we go.
Hey, it's pretty cold. You want them bibs?
No, my heat works good.
Oh, that's right. You got a cab.
Yeah, wait 2 months. Yours will work too. It's seasonal heat.
Seasonal heat?
Yeah, the AC's working great though.
It is. Very good. Yeah, I found that out the last time. So, that's all right. I got a little extra, I guess you could call it insulation, so.
We'll let them decide what to call it. Hey, watch out, there's a board. Trying to be a smart and he about got close on. All right, we're going to work. All right, guys, we are clicking right along this morning. We got a pretty good little section here dug out. I apologize if my windows are dirty and you guys can't see real well, but that sun feels good and it is shining right on in. But you guys always hear me bragging on this Volvo and never hear me bragging about it, and this is one of the situations where it really excels. I don't know which order these videos will come out, but yesterday we were setting trusses with the 120, and I made the comment that I would much rather have the 120 on this job, but I'm glad I got the Volvo 120 on that job, but glad I got the Volvo on this job. And whenever you're just flat digging and hogging dirt like I am right now, like I'm digging probably close to 10 feet below my tracks, this is where this Volvo just really excels, and it's the boom up speed right here along with the swing. It's considerably faster getting up out of the hole. The crowd power on this machine seems to be pretty similar, but the curl of the bucket and the boom up don't seem to be as powerful for some reason. I've covered that in videos in the past that don't have nothing to do with hydraulic pressures. It has to do with the geometry of the boom over here, which is also what I believe gives me the extra speed coming up. But there is no doubt digging this basement, especially as deep as what we're going in the situation we're in right now, this Volvo is definitely faster. And if I was going to sit here and run this thing all day long, this is a much more comfortable machine to set in. I love everything about this cab. This cab is absolutely awesome. Love everything about it. There's two things I don't like. One, I mentioned it before, it's the screen versus the control buttons back here. I just wish this was touchscreen and a little bit closer to me. And this door, this big door, I still ain't biting on the big door. But the seat, the visibility, the cab, the AC, the comfortability of it, it's all top notch. Absolutely top notch. If I was, of course, you guys got to remember, I rarely spend just 8 hours sitting in the machine. We are jumping back and forth from machine to machine, doing all kinds of different stuff. So a lot of you guys in the production setups, a lot of the things that are a lot more important to you aren't quite as important to me. My biggest thing is I need a machine that's universal. I need a machine that's good at digging a basement. I need a machine that's good at setting trusses. I need a machine that's good at clearing trees. This Volvo is not quite as universal as the 120 is, but where it excels, which is what we're doing right here, it does an awesome job at it. But I don't know if you guys see the pile of dirt out there, but I'm about ready to overrun Matt. I may have to hop on the skid steer and give him a hand. Matt, oh, he's gonna kill me. That's Aaron. Never mind. Sorry, man, behind the scenes. I need Jerry out here. I'm pretty sure Jerry can keep up with me. We're gonna keep on digging. We'll get her done one way or another. We're closing in on her. We're closing in on her. We're making progress. All right, making good progress. I got Aaron a little bit overrun with the excavator here. I can pump dirt out faster than he can move it out of the way. So we got the skid steer here now. Matt moved in the other day. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take advantage of the skid steer, just kind of get the bottom of this hole tidied up a little bit while he's doing that. I may even jump up there and give him a hand moving that dirt with the skid steer if I need to. But let's go check fluids in this old girl, get her woke up this morning and go to work. All right, hopped on the skid steer there, helped Aaron get caught up, got all the dirt pushed off, so we're good to go again. I'm not gonna bore you guys with a whole bunch of digging because that's what we're getting ready to do. But bottom of the hole cleaned up pretty nice. That is definitely starting to take shape and look good. So here we go, we're gonna do it again. Well guys, we're getting pretty close. I got dug most of the way across. We repainted the line right here, which is a basement, which is the basement overdig line. That one is actually the overdig, not the wall. So I'm going to switch directions and just track back and dig my way out and windroll the dirt over there. Aaron, he may have forgot to get fuel for the dozer today, so he had to go on a fuel run. But we're back to digging. Well guys, the good news is we are getting close. I've got myself backed in to the last corner here, getting it cleaned up. Bad news is it's getting dark, but I think we're going to get this thing dug today, which is good because we're really wanting to get started on footers tomorrow. So let me clean a little bit of this loose dirt up here. I'll take you guys down below and show you, and we'll probably hop into skid steer and kind of push this corner up. Problem with this hole is a little bit of shell rock. It's kind of hard to keep grade on it because the seams are running at all kinds of crazy angles, so you kind of got to take what it'll give you and then put a little bit back to level her up. But man, oh man, are we close. We are so close. So close. All right, let's hop down the hole and I'll show you from down there. Here's what she looks like down below. We're close. That all is pretty much all on grade. That's all on grade. I'm gonna take the skid steer, shove that loose stuff up in the corner. We'll take the excavator, dig it out of there. I think we'll have her. I don't know how well you guys can see, but there it is. We did get her done. Aaron's up there pushing the last little bit of dirt off. We're gonna check grading a few spots. That is close. That's all within an inch. And for being in this rock, I am tickled to death with that. Absolutely tickled to death. Let me give you a view from up top real quick. That's what she looks like from the top side. It turned out pretty sharp. We definitely hit some pretty hard rock over in that corner, but I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. We're gonna end this video the same way it started. I get here first thing in the morning when it's daylight. We'll take a drone flight in so you guys can really get a full view of everything, and we'll call this one a wrap.
Well, guys and girls, there she is in all of her glory. It took a day longer than we'd like to due to weather and a few other circumstances, but nevertheless, we got her done. So as you guys can see there, Robbie and Matt are getting all the things in place for the footers and the ICF walls. Don't worry, those will be covered in an upcoming video. But that's going to be a wrap on this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, we shall catch you guys on the next one.